I'm so excited for you because in the last few weeks, we've developed something that I call the skills test. The skills test is going to help you to figure out which business industry, which business model, which niche should I tap into in order for me to get my financial freedom. You, with this test, will be able to clarify once and for all what you are designed for, at least for the next few years. We don't have to figure out what you're gonna do for life, okay? We just need to help you get to 5K, 10K a month in order for you to be completely and utterly free from never ever needing a full-time or even a part-time job ever again. I managed to quit my full-time job in 2016. And I didn't want to work for anyone else unless it was like gig work here and there once in a while. But I didn't want to have a boss tell me what to do every single day of the week unless there was some really, really good monetization out of it. So my last full-time job, 2016, and I want to get that happening for you in 2025, 2026. If you're starting from scratch, I can actually help you to do that. But we first have to do the skills test, and make sure you subscribe and like, because we're going to take the education system by storm with the processes and systems that we've got to help you gain your financial freedom. No more information age, dinosaur age, crap university, colleges, all that stuff with student debt. Now, OnTrack has come around, and instead we're going to help you to gain your financial freedom more effectively and more affordable. Man, I'm so excited. Like, if I wasn't part of this, bro, I'd get in. But anyway, let's get back to the 5 ways of making money online. And you'll find this on the skills test. It's very simple, very clear cut. It's sales, it's trading, it's content creation, it's e-commerce, and it's software development. That's it. In no specific order, obviously, because that depends on you, on what you like the most. In this video, I will explain each skill that you must learn in each of these industries. And once you understand what the key habit that you need to learn in that specific industry is, it will help you to understand if that's something you want to do 4 to 8 to 12 hours a day. Because if you don't want to do that thing, you shouldn't be in that specific industry. Hope that makes sense. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about sales first. Sales has one thing and one thing alone. You have to, in the beginning, do lots and lots and lots of volume, just like every single other industry. And the volume there that you need to get good at and do on a daily basis is talking to people. Whew, for a lot of you, that's a problem. You don't want to talk to a lot of people because it's emotionally and mentally draining on you. But for some people, and it's mostly extroverts, they get energy from talking to people. And they get energy from actually competitive environments and situations. And they also like money, like a lot of money. The cool part about sales is that you can make as much as you want, because at some point, if you become really, really good at what you do in sales, you can sell anything. You can persuade anyone to buy anything. And sales also massively impacts your personal life because, hey, it'll help you find good women, right? In the future, when that's time for that, not yet. It'll also help you in your interpersonal relationships with your family, the friends that you develop. Everything in life becomes better once you understand how to talk to people one-on-one. It's actually the highest paying skill on the planet, and every single billionaire on planet Earth has this skill of sales. And I'm not saying that it's the best industry to be in, because it is difficult to become really, really good at sales. And so initially in the beginning, you're going to have a hard time. But then again, you're going to do that in every single industry, no matter what. What is the volume that you've got to do every single day? You should be talking to, if you're doing this full time, 100 people every single day. This can be in the DMs, this could be cold calling, this could be knocking on doors. It don't matter. Are you talking to 100 people every single day? If you're not in sales. Holy crap. What type of industry are you in? The procrastination industry? The laziness industry? You pick, okay? But you're not in sales if you're not doing 100 every single day. That, my friend, is sales. That's the industry. And once you get good at writing to people and persuading them to get on a call with someone, because that would be an appointment setter, eventually you want to get good at one-on-one, face-to-face as well, whether it's video call, whether that's, in person. You will eventually have to learn how to close people towards buying the thing that's going to help them to solve their problems. This is sales. This is the habit. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Because the 4 remaining industries, you don't have to do that. You don't have to talk to 100 to 200 people a day. And so congratulations if you don't want to be the extrovert dude that actually talks to people every single day. Let's move on to the next one. Let's do content creation because that's the one I thought of. In content creation, there's multiple social media platforms that you can do content creation on. But what you're basically doing is you're doing marketing. Patrick Bet-David says, man, you can get a lot of money doing sales, but you'll get a lot more money if you're doing marketing. He's partly right. Because if you know marketing, but you don't know sales, you're not going to be that good at marketing. So it's like you understand sales, and once you understand marketing, the floodgates open. But if you do marketing really, really well, but you're not good at sales, there's going to be a cap of how much money you can actually make. The combination of those two is freaking amazing. But if you're going to do marketing, let's understand what the habit inside of marketing is. What are you going to be doing all day? You have to learn to understand titles, ideation of concepts that you want to portray to the world. You want to make things viral, right? That's it. So how do you make things viral? You have to make a video. That's it. Content creation is creating videos. That's what makes people excited to buy a product or service. They need to see a video. And that's content. And you need to get really, really good at getting eyeballs. You need to get people's attention to actually say, what is this? And so that means that you get really good at the hooks. You get really good at the beginning part, the first 10 seconds, the first 1 minute, the first 2 minutes of a video. You got to become the best at that. I'm not the best at that. You'll notice that on my hooks. I'm not the best at the marketing game. I'm pretty good at sales, but the marketing part, I got to improve. We're all flawed. So it's not like I'm going to be perfect at every single industry. If you're going to succeed at multiple industries, bro, it's going to take you many, many, many years. And you can do that. And that's kind of what made Elon Musk amazing. He's just an expert and has put in the hours in all of the different industries. It's pretty flippin' amazing if I'm honest. But let's just move on to you and understanding the title game. Let's understand a little bit how the nuances are between platforms. Because on YouTube, it's going to be the title and the thumbnail. That's what's going to describe the idea or the concept of the video that's going to cause people to click the video. Now, if people click the video and it was clickbait or it was a bad video in general or bad whatever, they're going to click out. So it's going to be a low watch time. That causes the video to not be promoted anywhere else. It's also very important that you are monetized. So if you're not monetized, it's going to be a little bit slower in terms of getting growth. That's how YouTube works. So you have to focus a lot on the actual concept that will cause people to click, but that will also cause people to keep watching. So you need to be also really good at the hook on this one. On Instagram or on pretty much any other platform, you need to catch their attention. The titles are not a thing on Instagram, right? It's mostly reels. So you need to get people's attention within the first 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds in order for them to actually watch the video. And if it's bad video, again, they'll scroll further. But if it's a good video, there you go. It's working. And then people watch it again and again and again and again, and it starts being promoted on the platform. Instagram is kind of similar to TikTok, but they're very separate as well in terms of the types of audience that you'll find there. But in general, just understand that that's how it works with content creation. And if you don't want to, think of titles and ideas and concepts and how to do that, and to do that for 10 hours a day, maybe content creation isn't for you, because that's what you'll have to do. Scripting is a little bit more difficult to outsource because you have to speak well English, and English speaking people cost more money, and so you can't really outsource all that stuff. but everything else you can. So that's pretty much the two things that you'll have to learn in the content creation game. Let's move on to number 3. Let's do software development. Software development, you just have to learn how to code. And you have to learn how to code effectively and efficiently and sit in front of your computer all day long, staring at a screen, and solve bugs and issues. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to this, right? If you get good at design, if you get good at, the sales funnels, if you get good at websites, if you get good at apps, like there's so many different things that you could learn how to code. And coding is only the basics. There's way more to software development. But in the beginning, you just have to code. And you've got to do that for 10 to 12 hours a day, every single day, if you want to be a software developer. You won't see the sun a lot, right? Because if you go outside in the sun with your computer, it doesn't work very well, right? So you'll end up not having that good of a tan. Can you sacrifice that in order for you to make the really, really nice dollars that comes to those that know how to code? If you're not willing to do that sacrifice, it is what it is. But that's the habit that you'll need to have inside of coding. And that leads us to number 4, which is trading. And it's very, very similar. You're going to study on the computer all day long for 10 to 12 hours a day. And there's 2 different parts to it. One is the fundamental trader, okay? The guy that's looking at numbers of companies and understanding what's happening in the news and understanding what's happening with everything. And through that, he can see if there's profits, if there's potential for future income, yada, yada. He can then invest. And then you have the other person who is a technical analyst, and he will only be looking at patterns. Yes, sure, he can look at numbers once in a while as well, but he will just look at his charts, and usually it's using TradingView, which is the biggest platform when it comes to trading, and he will just learn patterns. That's the only thing he needs to understand. What happens when this happens? And then if that happens, what's the probabilities that this or that will happen? And then how much risk should I take? What is my position size, etc. You'll just be staring at a computer, again, all day long. Now, the 2, 3, and 4 are basically sitting in front of your computer all day long. You could say that the sales dude also does this, but he can work from his phone. He can actually go everywhere doing appointment setting and, and have it with him wherever he goes. You can't do that with content creation, truly. Maybe a little bit. But with software development and with trading, not at all. Like, you literally have to sit inside and do what needs to get done. And the 5th one is a little bit different than everything else, and that, my friend, is e-commerce. And e-commerce, you can divide it up into different things as well, but I would say the easiest part of e-commerce is Amazon FBA. And on the other side, you'll have dropshipping like Shopify or other types of platforms that help you to sell people's products and services online. What is the habit when it comes to e-commerce? It is sourcing products that there is a market demand for. Sourcing is looking for products that there's a market demand for that people are struggling to get a hold of. You're wanting to make shopping a convenience for consumers by making it available for them at a premium price. So if it's not available somewhere else and then you find, holy crap, tons of people want this thing right now, boom, you just make it available. A great example of this was what happened right before the stuff that happened in 2021, 2022, masks. E-commerce guys were onto that thing very, very quickly. And they could charge premium prices for it because everyone needed it and weren't even allowed to go outside without it. So this is how it works, is like you source products, you find out what there's a market demand for, and then you put it on the shelves, basically. It's like Walmart online, and you just keep stocking shelves with the stuff that people want and making it available for them. This is it. Now, some people might say that there's tons of ways to make money online. But I'm like, bro, really? All of them are going to come back to these specific habits, these specific skill sets that I just mentioned in this video. I want to simplify the making money online thing for you so that you are not stuck. The worst part about trying to build a business is being stuck, not understanding what needs to happen, what to choose, and being paralyzed. You want to move things along. You want to make things happen. You want to start the process of investing your hours. If you're struggling with choosing what you're going to do, that's why the skills test and OnTrack is here for you. Make sure you DM me if you're struggling to figure out what you want to do, because we're experts at it, and I'll help you out. I'll see you guys in the next one.